بس هلا شديتها يعني ولا ما عم بتشد؟ So guys, we're here for our first test day with Ziad, ZK Motorsport guys, Wissam, the guy who mainly bent the entire car, and we are very late. So we had a small oil leak from the rear timing cover when we received our oil pan and we stopped it on the car. We forgot to check the alignment of the rear seal. But anyways, so we wasted a lot of time yesterday, and when we got to actually installing it, we didn't have the part. So we hustled to get it ready today, and here we are. Did just one quick lap. The car is a lot different than my other cars. I was actually just talking to my tuner Ziad. He's here adjusting a few things with the tune, because on this car we are using a rotating assembly that we once ran on an NA engine that Ziad built me a long time ago. So that NA engine had a lightweight rotating assembly, a very lightweight crank and a very light connecting rods. And we did that so that we can make, what was it? We made like 550 wheel out of a 6 liter, a high compression 6 liter, and it only revved up to 7,000. Our plan was that one day we were going to make that engine rev up to 9,000, but we chose to go with boost. So now we brought back that engine, just changed the compression ratio on it, and we're running pretty much everything. We just changed the pistons and camshaft, that's it. And it's an interesting combination because the thing revs like a motorbike. So it just jumps from 2,000 to 7,000 RPM like instantly. So that shot when I came out of here and when I was driving into the burnout just to check it out and feel it, that was completely on its own. I pressed the usual gas that I would press in my other cars, and it just instantly spun the tires. So Ziad right now is adjusting something that I usually tell him not to do on my cars, because I like the instant response of the throttle and the boost kicking in at any RPM. But with this, he's actually doing something that he does for most of his customers, which is make the opening of the throttle blade more linear instead of just snappy. It's a ratio between the pedal and the throttle. Performance-wise, you are going to be a faster driver with a more progressive throttle when you have this much power. You're able to put down the grip, put down the power, and not lose grip, basically. So he just adjusted that because it is very weird compared to my other cars. And the other thing is we just had a small oil leak because today we had to open the valve cover and check something in the rocker arms. And then since we were in a rush to put everything back together, we just have one fitting on the valve cover that we forgot to tighten it. So this is very important when something like this happens, when you're testing a new car, don't act cocky and keep going, because that's how you get into fires. We literally have like 3 fire extinguishers over there. Our fire suppression system is on and activated. It's on, armed, in case anything happens. So as soon as I saw just a little bit of a liquid coming onto the windshield, I instantly stopped, because anything can happen at this stage. You still don't know the car. For now, I'm not happy with the grip. The grip level is very low, but we ran a very low grip setup at this point, and we have everything stiffened up a lot. So we will get to adjusting all of this now, which reminds me that I do want to do just a little bit changes. So
yeah, this one is not tight either.
1 second. So what I'm doing right now is just setting the coilovers to kind of like a neutral base. So I have everything now right at the middle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Everything right around the middle. And the reason for that is at this point, after a little bit testing, I can decide whether I want more compression, less compression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I can be able later on to decide whether I need more grip, less grip, a little bit less road feel or feedback from the road, or a bit more. You can dial in a bit more grip up front, and how the car reacts on and off throttle. So we'll get to testing and see how it goes.
هون يطلع بس كان بعدها كولد.
Oh, I've only done 2 laps. Again, we're late. This is why we were insisting, because we knew we barely had time. There is a drift night going on today, but we don't want to test during the practice of the public, just because you don't get a chance to properly, tune and test and check. So we're gonna be back tomorrow and test again after we figure out a couple of things. We're having a little bit higher than what my tuner would like to see on the oil pressure. So I built this engine around 6-7 months ago. So I might have been a bit tight on the clearances. So we can just drop the viscosity and test again tomorrow and see if the tuner is happy with it. Overall, how the car felt, it felt brutal. As I said, the rotating assembly on this car is very light, so it snaps. I have to say, it doesn't have the top end that my S13 has, since that has almost twice the power that this has. On the driving sensation of like suspension-wise, it's a little bit snappier than what I would like it to be, so it makes it a little bit harder to anticipate. The grip is not as much as I would like it to be, so we're gonna definitely need to dial in a bit more grip in the rear. Up front, the grip is really good, but I can tell that it's a little bit stiffer than what I like, so I might end up just lightening the spring rates a little bit in the back and stiffening them a little bit in the back, and then working out to get a bit more grip in the rear out of alignment, because we have it at a very basic setup right now. We're not really pushing it to its limit, but I really think that this is going to be a successful build. I can feel the potential. It is very solid, like the instant feeling of how stiff and solid this chassis is compared to the S13 just makes me think, why would people keep running old chassis? But anyways, I guess if we go again today, we go again. If not, it's gonna be tomorrow, guys. So
a few moments later.